All right, everybody. Hello, Warrior Junior. We're good morning to everyone. To myself, most importantly. Warrior Junior here. I just came back from the gym. It's wow. Oh, man, let me tell you something, boy. And I guess to start with the reason with the title, people are gonna think you're like where I'm going with this. Holy shit. This idea that I created, I almost said Spartan warrior. It's not that. It's the warrior, the warrior mindset mentality. I know I didn't create it, but it's like the 21st century version, and I feel like what I've done is kind of adapt my own modifications and way of thinking to it to call it like 21st century warrior living. So what exactly is it? Like what exactly is it? Okay, so it's okay. Look, I used to go to the gym, and the gym that I go to, the Crunch on Sunset. It's this month they got the rainbow flags everywhere and everything. Like that's not. I don't care. It's not a problem. It's not the thing. But it's not when I bodybuild there. It's not a bodybuilder's gym. It's not a fighter's gym. It's not. It's like, I mean, how do we say this the nicest way? It's just kind of like a watered down health club. These people like there's I'm generalizing. I'm generalizing. Now the reason that I say this is because if you are a very serious, intense person like myself, and you go into this place and you do anything, I don't care what it is. Um, Now that I'm into self defense and fighting, and you're really working hard, people are gonna the problem is people are gonna look, like they're looking and they say, "What's this guy's crazy? He's insane." And I could tell. Like, I don't even have to say it. I could just tell by the way they're looking. Like what you know. I don't want to engage them. What are you looking at? I don't care. Actually, I say it, and that's the problem. Is when you talk to yourself, and you're telling yourself, "Come on, one more." People are like, "Is this guy insane? Is he nuts? Is he crazy?" They don't get it. I don't need a glorified cheerleader going, "Come on, one more rep." Yeah. I don't need a personal trainer. I'm my own personal trainer. Is, well, why do you say anything then? Because I want myself to hear it. Well, then why do you have to speak it? Because when you say it, the universe hears it. And it pushes and drives you. But most people think you're crazy because you're talking to yourself. But you're not talking. You're working. And you're driving yourself. But society doesn't accept that. These people, like, I'm not belittling people like that have personal trainers in that gym. Like a lot of these people, if they're older, they don't know. I had a good foundation. Again, I told you I took Shotokan karate in elementary school. That's like, it doesn't matter. You take something when you're young, it's like built into your genetic make. Now it's like, man, I tell you, after I think I've been doing this, like what my routine that I kind of explained, I've been doing this for just like 5 or 6 days now. My fucking left leg is stronger. Getting up there, I'm busted up. Look, a lot of it's a little trial and error, but it's like smart trial and error. It's not like I'm doing dumb shit and like breaking stuff. Fucking, like I'm learning a lot of stuff online, but I'm using common sense, intensity, and just focus. I'm noticing sometimes, like when I kick, when I was doing like different types of roundhouse kicks, I'm able to get around better now. My foot's going higher. So I'm noticing, okay, well, you need to hit the bag, certain parts on your heel, strong part of your foot. You need to make sure that because the bag's really heavy. If you don't, you feel like a lot of pressure in your the weak part of your upper foot. I don't know what the ligament is called, but it's like, it attached the foot to the shin. And it's like I feel sometimes that thing is pulling a little bit because like I'm not hitting it square. Now it's different when you come around. sometimes when you kick, you do like your kick kind of slaps, not the full roundhouse, but it slaps the bag, like kind of brushes it cleanly, and then I know when you kick, not straight forward, that's easy. You want to get up, square, heel, like as much as you can. Um, to the side when you're kicking, you're supposed to lay your foot, extend your foot forward, like bend your foot out, like this. I can tell you, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But, I knew all this stuff, years ago, but there was watching me. I don't know if there's one dude like this guy there, trainer. He like stood all the way as far away, but I just noticed like what I noticed is people's positioning. Now, again, I mean, it's like you're not supposed to record anybody. It's like a private gym. But I told you, I've had a lot of bad experiences. I got kicked out of 24-hour fitness on Santa Monica. It's very intense. And I think some dude was recording me while I was working out. And I just, and then this trainer guy tried to defend him. And I said, "You're a fucking idiot. You're a nut." And I really got really mad. And next thing you know, they said, "Yeah, you're out of here, dude. Dude, I told you, like, I can be very, not as bad as I was. I mean, because it's now, it's like, I used to just be like, I mean, no, it doesn't matter. I'm not open-minded to your understanding or anything. Now, but you see, now I'm more educated. And what I do is, if you do something that like is wrong, and I have like a good amount of evidence and I can prove that you're wrong, then like you're not going to win the argument with me. And what I'm gonna do is like, it's kind of like in the fighting thing, I want to get it over as fast as possible. Boom, boom, bam, break, tear, and it's over. Like, so what I do is I just won't let them. I'll talk over them. I'll keep going, and I said, "Dude, you make no point. I don't care what you feel. This is it, and you're wrong." Now I have been corrected at times, but not in the cannot tell you when, because when I defend something, I have the evidence is all right there. Like, I'm not just talking out of passion and emotion. I'm talking because I can back it up by, like, it's the law. Like, I've got this. So you're not you're it's like these people, like they locked. I told you, locked the gym. It's like the sign right there. It's like, I didn't make the law. It's there. You can't. You don't understand. You're breaking the law by doing that. Okay. So I don't care what you say. The law is the law. Okay. Well, we have to. No, you don't have to. The law is the law. Okay. Period. The discussion is over. Little fucking training that dumb, that stripper trainer, whatever. It's not stripping. I know, I did that to antagonize, right? So because, like, you think you're gonna fucking push me, like, you don't know who you're dealing with. Remember, and Ramley goes, "You're dealing with an expert." These people, like, it's like the guy in the market, the imbecile, like the guy, he thinks he goes, "Are you okay?" He's not used to somebody that can hold, it's not used to assertive people. And there's nothing wrong with being assertive. It's not illegal. That's the problem, though. Like, if you look at all my when I'm talking about this, these TV shows and all this kind of stuff, and they brainwash the uneducated people. How can they be educated? If you're working in a fucking market 12 hours a day, like, again, I'm not trying to belittle people that work there, and stuff like that. There's just some nice people that work there, but I'm just trying to make a point that you're not going, how are you going to know more than somebody that's sitting there studying all day and learning? You're not. If you're doing some kind of job and something like that, it's like, and that's the problem, is people don't understand the hierarchy of respect for knowledge. It's like, what people respect? Oh, that person's famous, so I give them respect. They're on television. A lot of that's luck. It's nepotism and connections. Like, I can name. I could spend. You think I spend 3 hours? I could spend 100 hours talking about. what, like Charlie Sheen or something? His dad, you know, is Martin Sheen. He was a good actor. Not to say that, okay, well, Charlie Sheen probably didn't study like methods and stuff and probably did work, but he had an in. His dad, that kind of like is a big thing. Your dad pulls you into the business, like that, and it's like, okay, well, it's kind of like saying you want to. I'm gonna try. Now it doesn't guarantee you success, but you know, like it gives you like an opening. It's like, okay, well, now you know you gotta like master your craft kind of thing. But you know you gotta you gotta like, you know how many people sit there master their fucking craft and do all this shit and they got no in. They got no, there's nothing. You know, they're, what are they? Extras, you know, or barely any line or something, and they don't making money, like nothing. It's nothing. They're trying. They're waiting for that big moment that probably is never going to come. I'm not going to do that because it's you know, nothing against people chasing their dreams. I mean, but you think just because it's Hollywood, you know, you're here, that you know you're gonna, you know. So, okay, so I go to the gym in the morning, and you know, dude, when I go in there, and, you know, because I don't bodybuild anymore, and I'm saying I'm not dancing anymore, so you know, I'm fighting, you know, I'm defending, I'm training, and when I warm up a little bit, and it's like it's on, you know, like I told you, what I do is they have those two heavy bags, and I'm just fucking, you know, like I pretend I've got like Ip Man there, you know, like Bruce Lee's trainer in my mind, you know, and I'm sitting there, you know, and I know the count, you know, in the Shotokan karate, Icha, Nia, Sam, Chia, Go, Ruk, Ku, Ju, Yai, you know, the last 10. And I'm telling you, I fucking, you know, like I'm saying to myself, all right, you know, let's just start going, like warm up into it. And then, you know, and I'm wearing a fucking mask, you know, I'm working out, and it's like, you know, my nose, you know, it's none of these people, it doesn't apply to any of them because none of them are working anywhere near their capacity. I mean, I'm like, you know, it's like, and then so my nose is start going to mask, and so I go, and I came with like a paper towel. I knew I was gonna burn through it. This fucking, all this snot is coming out. You know, throw it in the garbage. All right, back to work. You know, and then it's fucking, you know, all that crap is coming out, and go. They have like, you know, some stuff. You know, and I got some water to keep it going. You know, and I'm fucking talking to myself. You know, I'm saying, you know, and this is a problem. This is not warrior training. You know, is sorry about that. Light, you know, let there be light. That's warrior warrior training is not pretty. I mean, this is not. I am, you know, for like an hour. It's like, you know, a little 30-second breaks and stuff, a little bit of water. I mean, it's like I am not there to fuck around. Um, I'm going like when you know, I do a stretching, and then it's like, all right, those two bags are gonna fucking. I'm in my mind like I'm gonna tear them apart. You know, I can't get a little careful because I learned that, you know, even online, that videos that you punch those heavy bags. You know, I wear like these Harbinger gloves, but there's no padding in there. They're workout gloves, even though they got like a little band thing through. I want to buy some. I don't know, but you can wear out the skin. You know, you can in your knuckles. So, you know, I learned very, very quickly. I have, you know, it's one knuckle, you know, skin is like a little exposed. So, you know, with my left hand, what I would say, okay, so we're not gonna really pump. We're gonna do more chop to the side, palm, you know, like slaps, you know, drive up, you know, like a drive to the back. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I'm fucking, when I'm going, it's like I'm gonna attack that bag until I can't do it anymore. Like when I'm hitting, I'm not just doing it once. There's a boom, again. I'm saying it, and people are looking. I know they're looking, but you know, like I'm intense. You know, like I'm not there to fuck around. And I know if you go to the right place, that's considered normal. But what happens is when you go to one of these, be really careful how I say, like pussified. I don't know what to call it. Like it's like, I don't know. I'm an intense person because I'm not. It's like, you're paying, but you're. I remember like when I first went there, and I said I'm gonna fucking work my. Told you when I was like got into bodybuilding a long time ago, but when I got back in, I think it was '08 or something. I went there 550 times, and I almost like became like. I worked my ass off. I was so strong. I remember like the heaviest weights they have is 120-pound dumbbells, and I fucking like I almost got to there. I'm inclining. There's nobody. I was watching. I don't. There's no big guy. There's nothing. I almost got there. I think I got to 110s. I was like repping them. I was like for my size, that's probably the strongest. Like in the dumbbell rows, I was using the 120 and 120s. I was fucking like really, really in my mind. I looked around. I said, I'm the best built. I'm the strongest. For my size. There's nobody here that can touch me. I'm not there to compete with people, but it's like you know, it's like that's all I did. It's like eat, sleep, train, repeat. Eat, sleep, train, repeat. I keep the training logs. I have them. I kept the art, written down. And then my PRs, my personal records. But like, I did this like a science. I broke it down like a science. The way I ate, the way I slept, the way I trained. Like I was a fucking iron warrior. It's like without steroids. I so and then people, what are you doing? I know you say, what are you doing all this for? But I was like, dude, I want to take my body to the limit and then some. Like I want it all. I want to be like, and I'm telling you, walking around and people like, I know they're looking every time. They're like, God, like they're not saying I wasn't huge. I wasn't monster huge, but like I'm telling you, it was like just fucking that V-tape shaper with you couldn't be. Like unless I went to the Fit Expo, I think one year in LA. I said the only way you're gonna beat me, or like be better than me, is if you're on gear. You're not gonna beat me. Like you can't. You can't. You don't understand. Now they have the Natural Olympia, and you know what? I'm sorry, but like there's a dude that owns a nutrition store, that this guy near me. I walked by, and I know the guy he did like the Natural Olympia. He got blown away by the samurai. This Asian guy. He's fucking. I know they're taking. I know I could look at it. I know what a drug physique is. I don't even taking growth hormone or whatever. You're not. I don't. No. You're blessed with great genetics. You're, dude. You're not. You're taking shit too. There's no such thing. It's competition ready. You got to be so fucking cut and everything, like a fucking walking anatomy chart. I know all this because I immersed myself in this. I studied all this. I met everybody. I went out. I didn't know. I Dr. Colombo, before he passed away, I was in his office. He gave me a book, talked to me. I knew who I was talking to, as a guy, a two-time Mr. Olympia. It's like, but if you saw him, you would never know. You would never know it. It's not. I know it's not just the gear, but it is the gear. It's a tremendous. I remember in the market one time, I saw this guy. He was like really, jacked, and he was by the salad bar. We talked for a second, and he goes, I'll never forget what he said. This is a relatively young guy. He goes, looks at me. He goes, I haven't been to the gym inside a gym in years. And I was like, I know. And he's just taking. He's taking. That stuff is very, very powerful. Like it fucking just blows you up. And the veins, everything, it's like magic. I know as a developed German scientist, they came up with this kind of shit. So it took away really look, I know my history. It's like, Eugene Sandow was the first bodybuilder. He was a showman, like in the late 1800s. You could see there's, the moving camera was just starting, right? There's video footage of this guy. And basically, he would go around with the traveling circus. And he could bend like plates and stuff, like, iron plates and stuff, with his hands. He was extremely strong. He was only about 5'9", 200 pounds, but he was fucking like, extreme strongman. Maybe not even that, but he, strongman kind of thing, but fucking just solid. And look at his body. Look at his body. He's not like fucking, they didn't have steroids back then. You could see how far naturally you could go. And this is like, come on, they didn't have even nutrition back then. They had the, whatever you could get, eggs and solid foods and stuff, but there was not like, it wasn't condensed. There was no like powders and stuff. You took whatever you could eat and your body had to digest it, and that's it. So what happened was, the I don't know, Ringling Brothers or whoever, the circus promoters, this guy, so this Eugene Sandow would do these acts and stuff. But then at the end, he would do these poses, right? And then the people would go nuts for this. And so, like, what happened was the promoters said, well, this is what they want to see. They don't want to see him bending kind of shit. They want to see him show off his body. He was literally the first bodybuilder, like the first competitive bodybuilder. That's why the Mr. Olympia, they fight for the Sandow trophy. It's him. It's Eugene Sandow. It shows him with the fucking old barbell and everything, posing, the whole thing. That's him. He's the first guy. So the first recognized guy, not the first bodybuilder, but the guy's lifting back in the Greek times and stuff like that. But he's regarded as the first modern day bodybuilder. He wrote a book, books, Eugene Sandow, so Strength and Power or whatever. It was like the ideal thing. And that's what Joe Weider, like, when Joe Weider came around in the 30s, he went off on that and said, well, I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to commercialize it. He came up with this magazine in 10 cents. It was Your Physique. And he was real smart Jewish businessman, entrepreneur. He was a young guy in the 30s. He was a bodybuilder himself. And he said, I got to, what can I do here? He said, I got to get, I got to come up with money to make this magazine. So what he did was he pre-sold in the 30s. He said he sent out like postcards. And he says, for $1 a year or whatever, you can have 12 issues. He pre-sold it. And people are like, okay, it looks kind of interesting, my body thing in the 30s, but most people didn't care, but some people did care. And so he made like, I don't know, a couple $1,000 startup money. He got a little startup money. He printed out the first issue and it's 10 cents each. 10 cents, they started to sell. And then it gets selling, and he snowballed it. And the next thing you know, it was like the Muscle and Muscle and Power that came out. So then he had started 2 magazines, and then the Flex magazine started at 3 magazines, and then started putting on events. Joe Weider's contest of and it started to become a thing. People started to say, well, he's the only guy. You understand? There was nobody that would tell you how to build your body. Build and put the pictures in the magazines, and people were like, wow, I could get in shape like this. I could do this to my body. He was like the first guy, the master blaster. He's an innovator, they're showing the pulley systems, using the ropes and stuff like that. Build, your body. And these guys started coming out, there's Charles Atlas and everything. This is like and they show like, don't be a twerp on the beach. They kick the sand in guys' face. And the kids were like, hey, I want to be in shape. No, I don't want to be a wimp. I want to be strong too. He's the first guy. He saw the future. Like he was like the fucking genius. You know what I mean? It's a genius, but he's a genius because he was a businessman. He knew exactly. He said, okay, I can make money off this, and I can build. It built an empire. He built a fitness empire. Like it's an incredible. I think his wife, is still alive. She was so young, like when they got married. I think Betty Weider's still alive, but they sold the whole thing, hundreds of millions, but he sold it really cheaper than what it was really worth. But I mean, $200 million, $200 million, it doesn't matter. It's like, but think about it, it's like just, incredible, the guy, so one man, you see the picture, he's like standing, it's got the mustache, the thing, it's like this, whatever. And it's like Joe Weider, the weights on the weights, Weider, like it's synonymous with the modern day. He's like the GOAT, like that everybody says, like who modern day, who's created this in business? Joe Weider's Mr. Olympia, Jack LaLanne gets a lot of credit also. See, he wasn't the only one. Jack LaLanne was coming up too. Like, he goes around back then, but he kind of went along and said, well, he's pushing this big body kind of thing. There's not big body, but like, real muscle. Some people really don't like that. They say, what, I'm gonna target the fitness people. They want to be like just in shape kind of thing, cardio fitness kind of thing. So he went out there and he said, the Jack LaLanne's health spa, like he found a way to get on TV to push. So he carved out his niche too. He knew there's like this much, like there's so many people that want it. Weeder can take like this much, but I'm going to get like this much. There's enough. There was enough for everybody. It's like it's not like all one man it takes it all and nobody gets nothing. Like there's room. There was room. So what happened at the gym today? Okay, so let's get it. That's the title of the thing. What do I forgot already what the title is, but it's along the lines of like, what are you, nuts or something? Crazy. And okay, so I go to the gym and when I walk in, I went there and I nice, but it's like, you don't want to. You're not going to talk to me, if you have to. But I do respect. It's not my gym. I respect people's space. They're walking and everything, but it's like you don't. You're just. I'm focused. I am well aware of everybody that's there, but I don't give a fuck if you're looking at me, talking, anything. I see if you're walking. Go ahead, yeah. That's it. Go ahead, yeah. That's all you're gonna get off of me. You're not getting anything. You're not gonna get even a line off of me. Are you training for something? You're not gonna get it. You don't understand. I won't answer it. That's how focused I am. I want maximum results from maximum effort put in. Maximum focus. Warrior determination. See, like you could see my focus, There ain't nobody in that fucking place focusing. Okay? Nobody. I could walk in any gym and I could tell you there's somebody serious in there. Or anywhere. Anything. Like a handful of. I could go to every, I could spend one full day with a camera and I can go to every dojo. I can go to every martial arts place. I don't care, even Ultimate Fighting. You go to a serious place. I can tell if somebody's really like doing something to make some progress. You can't, the better you get, to build intensity, you have to have ability level. And what happens is most people that have already been in something for so long already, they're kind of just like maintaining. They're not driving. They're not driving the stake through the heart, whatever. Like, I don't know what analogy to use. They're just there to be there. I'm not there to be there. Like, I am there to fucking to push my body. You see, now the problem. You see, now again, I'm well aware. Like, you have to have some type of balance, because you can't go there for 10 hours a day, and drive yourself. You're gonna wind up in the hospital. It's not gonna work. You're gonna have to be what's realistic. It's like there's a book called The Compound Effect. You'll look. I didn't go Sunday. I needed to heal. You don't understand what I do in there. There's a wall. It's like this wood. It's like, it's solid. There's no give. You're going to bang your side up against this, and your other shoulder, and your thickening up back, bam, bam. You're going to take a pounding and sore, from, not just that, but, the heavy back, I fucking grab it hard. I run like full blast into that fucking heavy bag and tackle it, and then take my fucking, my hand, fucking, drive my elbow into it 10 times in a row as hard as I fucking can, like as fucking, I'm fucking boom, 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 like it's somebody's fucking head, like you're gonna crack open, like it's a cantaloupe or something. People think I'm fucking insane, but I know what I'm doing. Because I realize the volume of the bag and the weight displacement of it. I learned very quickly. and I listen to masters. Can't really do. I don't have the wooden dummy, the thing where it has the stick coming out and everything. But I love that, the thing where they're, hitting the fucking wooden dummy, the Wing Chun thing. I love that. It's beautiful art. And they use the fat part. They know exactly like what part, to use. I know it's not a fighter's gym, but you see, these people, so they don't, what happens is I'm banging myself on that thing for a little bit, because I know exactly what it is I'm like softening up my body, but I'm punishing it, but just enough. Then I go to the rings. I already talked about these rings. There's one, there's two. I just need one. And they take the fucking thing and I throw it, like it's tied to the rope. It has its limitations, how far it can go. Like, I tried to the mirror. I wanted to see if I threw it, if it would hit the mirror. It wouldn't. The people that tied it up, they know the distance of the ring. So I fucking throw the ring and it comes back. And I say, head move head. Defense. Now here's the thing. I throw the ring, right? It comes back this way. Defend. And it comes back. And I turn my head around. It's gonna come back. Defend. Comes back around. Defend. Comes back around. I turn around. Defend. I'm moving my feet too. Moving the body like this. You understand? I was a dancer. It's like easy for me. It's automatic. Defend. It's what it's going to be in fighting. Offense and defense. You're going to sit there and fucking just punch all day like this, like you're just going to fight or think, you don't learn how to defend, deflect. You're not it's called self-defense for a reason. Without a partner, by myself, I found a way. You will find a way. I played baseball, even after I was on team or anything, before these minor league tryouts. You're going to throw. You need somebody to throw with. You go to like a handball court or something. And you throw the ball against that and bounce back, and you can work on your fielding and stuff. You can do shit by yourself if you're creative. Or just, go to a park and they have like a fence. The baseball field, that separates the dugouts, fence. What I would do is I'd bring like as many baseballs as I have, and I would slowly warm up close, and then, stretch out. I was throwing by myself. I didn't have anybody. Oh, how can you, so the area with those heavy bags, there's people around, there's enough room, to meet it. And I kind of, I make it a little animated because, that's how I am. I'll throw, just practice and I'll implement because of my dance experience. Pretend I'll look around like, there's two bags, like they're two guys or something. I make it's kind of exciting. That's why I know people are watching. The way that I can change my stances, the way that I bob, do all this stuff. So you can't. I think Bruce Lee said, you want to have all these styles under your belt, like all these different things. So I know what people are thinking. They're watching me and they're saying, like this guy has all these, he can do all this different shit, like he's doing 5 days. 5 days so far. I'm not bragging, but it's maximum efficiency. It's building on building on building. I couldn't, my left leg is like, it's kind of like the flexibility, but this to kick to the side, to get that extension. It was like I couldn't, a couple days ago, I couldn't, I'm just started. It's never done that before. A little stronger in the right, so it's like a little more solid. So I'm doing a little more work there, but I'm saying, hey, we want to, and I know it's going to look really weak if you can't, you're going to look like you're going to look to everybody else like you're, but I didn't care. I don't need to like hold this reputation, thinking everybody, wow, that guy's been around doing this a long time. I don't care what they think. I don't care. I don't care. What I do care is about getting better. So what I would do is I would hold something to get, to take the balance off so that I could get the foot a little better, a little feel like, little strength in it, and I would just keep doing it. And every time I go, again, after another one, again, keep going. I'm saying this. And I know these people, these trainers, they can hear me and stuff. I don't care. It's like I'm in that warrior zone. In my mind, like Ip Man is Bruce Lee is like right there. He's coaching me in my mind. Again. Very good. 20-minute break, 20-second break. Like in my mind, they're right there. They're teaching me. And these people, like I know they're thinking this guy's like out of his mind or something. But I can tell you, like every day I'm going in there, it's like I'm getting better and better and better. Like it's like fucking, I remember I was hurting, like I told you, that front part. I don't know what it is, that ligament thing. I was hitting the bag wrong. Like when I was trying to roundhouse and stuff. Now I'm hitting it flush every time, almost every time. And the way I'm slapping it, or then it's like the roundhouse is nailing it solid. My left leg, it's not perfect as far as like the elevation and stuff, but it's getting way, way better. And people are noticing that. I don't care. I'm not there to impress them. I'm there to impress myself. And you know what? It takes a fucking lot for me to be impressed. You know what I'm going to be impressed? When I get to that point where, like, I said this, I remember I took a break for a second, and I got, kind of kneeled down. I feel like it's a respect to the martial arts, the thing to pretend, like I'm in this like dojo. Like I visualize in my mind that, like you're training like a warrior or something, like a respect. It's a respect for the culture. The culture of them, the great ones, and you're given like this honor, give them this respect, in a way like that, and I know whoever's on there, like, what's wrong with this guy? What the hell is he doing? And I don't even look at them. I don't care, like I'm there. I'm sorry, it's my eye, it's like dry. Summer's coming. She was like a bimbo, and I'm sorry, a dominatrix. What a body. Summer Cummings, Jesus. I think she got her boobs small again, but they were, look at her in her prime. I mean, you want to see, Jesus Christ, she was something. Okay. Oh no, that doesn't matter. That's why it's not. That's why I put this for adults. Because if it says it's for kids and stuff, I can't say things like that. I have to think too much, and when you think too much, you're gonna lack authenticity. You're not gonna be real because you're thinking too much. When you think too much, then all of a sudden it's like, because my friend Ruben, he goes to me, he says, be careful what you say. And I says, no, I don't have to be careful what I say, because I know what I say, and I say what I feel, and I know what I mean, and I mean what I say. I don't know what that. I hope that kind of came out right. I don't know. Okay, so I'm thinking like now what I really like, the distance of the bags. I know I talk about this, and I will fucking, unload, like when I'm the Mac, when I'm going full blast, it's basically, that one bag, it's like a fucking boom, like I hit that, nail it, elbow, and then behind, I think it's like another guy kick, and then roundhouse, the fucking bam. So like it's like boom, bam, turn around, nail that, and then I turn around, that bag that I just kicked, fucking, knee it, elbow, kick that other one behind, like fucking move that body, fucking, kick the shit out of those two bags. You fucking beat the shit out of it, elbow 10 times in a row, and fucking, the knee, fucking, and then like what I'll do, I remember there's this club on Santa Monica, 7969 or whatever. They had the Delilahs now or something. And the pickup artist community, it says the guy is fucking with box him out, box him out. Now, what do you mean by box him out? In basketball terms, it's a different story. It's similar, but when you're trying to, like, okay, let's say you're a single guy, right? And there's like a woman or two women, right? And there's a dude. Okay, so like if you're like, she's standing, let's say like whatever, you're coming in, and the dude is like a security guy, right? Now he was like toward, off the sidewalk, and the girl was right here. So what I do is where I'm sitting, I go right in the middle, and then I position my body to where my back is faced toward him. He's boxed out, okay? He can't see. It's me. I'm talking to her. He is back there, okay? And I don't put my hand up or anything, but I box him out with my body. People hate that, okay? And I love it because that it shows in a way. It's like, hey, how dare you turn your back to me? It's a Commodus. I looked up the name. I was curious. The emperor, the guy. It's a fucking killed Marcus Aurelius, his son. He's a traitor. He's a piece of shit. The Joaquin Phoenix. But he got his. The fucking gladiator, the Maximus. The Maximus of the northern Maximus, or the Dorius. Wait, hold on. Maximus Dorius Thalius of the northern army of the I forget. And there's another thing. This is a true, the true general to the true emperor, the Marcus Aurelius. I remember. I don't remember the whole thing, but I remember, like, what it said. It's good to try to remember this. It's all movies and stupid, but it's the idea, like, he's a fucking, I am glad I am warrior, like I'm it's Christ, yes. Somebody tell me that, I fucking, I lucky he's the emperor, that guy, he's a fucking, I kill him, just, sorry, like, it's gladiator, it's like, it's be the highest honor. You're like it's like the greatest entertainer, like the people crowd. Remember, live, 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 live. And he's like, I hate this guy. And the drama, he live, live, live. And he's like, remember, look, and they won't. They like live, live. And the drama, right? And he's gonna be like, he doesn't care. He's gonna go down, but no, he goes like this slowly. Like, look, if you watch the thing, it's a dramatic. He goes live, live. And he didn't care anyway. Die, whatever. They would have killed him. But it's a drama. It's beautiful. I love the, like and you know what I. Oh, so I'm getting way off topic again. I know, but I think about this because this is in my mind now. I'm not. It'd be funny if I went into the gym with like one of those helmets, and the shield, the sword and the shield, the cape and everything, whatever. Then they would think you're absolutely out of your mind, like that would be beyond ridiculous, not, it's not a fucking, gladiator. I realize, but that's why I say it's a 21st century warrior mentality. It's very important to put emphasis on that, because I'm not trying to say, oh, this is back then. No, you have to like battle these people. Like, no, you don't understand. What I'm doing is taking the work ethic of that time, and I'm telling you, those people, they were educated. So Maximus, he was a general for a reason, because he could lead the people. He's a leader. He's a fucking gladiator. He's a killer, but it's like he's a leader. He's mucho inteligente, amigo. You know, he's a smart dude. Okay? That's what I'm implying. So you show me today somebody that's like intelligent, like smart, and they know how to defend themselves, to fight, you know, for anything in life. This is a rare combination. I think I was like Don Locke guy. You know, I don't. He's a smart businessman, everything, but he was a martial artist too. He's very financially successful. He wrote that interesting book. It's a FU money. You know, I like it. It's basically modern day warrior. You know, in a way. I don't know how he lives now, but you know, it's like he's on, you know, like that. That's a good example. There's people like that, you know. Now I'm not just saying he's the only one, but I told you about Joe Rogan. You know, again, a very calm kind of dude. But you know, I tell you something, that guy, like he's like the grinder, the meat grinder. You know, you put your hand in there, it's not coming back. You know, it's gonna fucking be broken in a million places. You're gonna be, you know, these guys, they don't look like they're nothing, but it's like they weren't famous. Can you imagine? You know, if the guy was just walking and somebody just said, "Yeah, that guy looks like an easy. You're gonna try to get that guy," and they just come up and try to grab you or something, whatever it is. It's not just your hand. It's anything. Whatever they decide, it's potluck for them. It's potluck, you know, and it's like they wouldn't, maybe they wouldn't enjoy it. Maybe they would get, but I don't think so. Like I think it's just would be what would happen would be like that whoever moron would be, and it's not justified by anything. I don't care how hungry you are. You can go get food stamps. I don't care if your family. I don't. It doesn't matter. You never try to inflict pain on anybody. You know, if you're so desperate to wit's end, you know, I need a place to stay. It doesn't matter. It's like Stallone slept in New York Port Authority. There's no reason ever. I don't care what anybody says of anything to commit violence on somebody or anything to inflict pain because you need it more. You need there's no answer. It doesn't exist. Okay, I can tell you. You can't think of a reason or reason why to bully somebody, to hurt them, to threaten them. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's just so the topic is the discussion is over. It's a moot point. Okay. So the thing is, anybody that would do that, you know, is should be punished. And unfortunately, it's gonna hurt a lot. Okay. It's like there's no justification. So like basically what you're doing is you're putting your hand into the meat grinder or the fucking wood chipper, and you don't, you know, like you're asking for trouble. You know, like you're if you can't control your body, then I don't know what to tell you. You know, like it's whatever. If you're mentally ill, then hopefully they take those people and put them into an insane asylum. I heard a great line one time. Teddy Long goes, you know, he goes, "I will not allow the inmates to run the asylum." It's very cute, you know. He's talking. It was a WWE thing. It was a good. I will not allow. I think I said that during a job interview or something for like kids. I want to be like a teacher, and I said, "Was there anything you would like to say?" And I said, "You know, I'm going to say this the nicest way I can. I will not allow the inmates to run the asylum." And that was like I never heard from them again. I was like, not implying that these kids, but the kids can be wild. You know, they're kids. I'm telling you, I grew up in this elementary school thing. They're some of these guys are cruel. They're beasts. You know, they can run. They can, you know, when the fight. I remember in bankrupt junior high school, Bancroft. I remember there was like a fight one time, and it was they're hurting. It was I never seen. It was like there was maybe a couple hundred kids. They all ran all at once to see the battle, and I'm like it was like a herd of the wild buffalo, like whatever it was going across the country or something. And I didn't run. I didn't care. I didn't care about this. But this is this is how way it is. It was LAUSD. You know, it's you know, I made like a joke. I said they should have like a T-shirt, and it shows like, you know, a kid like all beat up and everything. And all these kids have like baseball bats, whips, and chains. And on the bottom, chains, and it's on the bottom it says, "I survived, you know, public school. You know, I graduated. LAUSD," and it shows a guy like all a kid all fucked up. You know, like he survived. you're just trying to go to school. Like some of these kids, I mean, they're like they're animals, you know. Like I'm not saying all, but they're look, you know what happened to me? I was coming home like summer school. I remember like 30 Fairfax. These group of kids. Like I was walking up, and the guy took he took the baseball bat out of my hand. I had it in my bag, and I was trying to pull it. He pulled it harder, and he stole my baseball bat. Now, if I would have just been taught a little younger, like about standing up for yourself, and someone tried to get my baseball bat, I would have I would have cracked his fucking head open. I would have tried to, swung. I was just too small. I didn't know. It was like, the fuck is that? I'm sorry, they're drilling these assholes. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But my point is that, like if I would have been taught how to stand up for yourself when I was young, there's no way that guy's going to take my bat. He would have received the bat. Like he would have received the force of the bat. He would not have gotten walked off with it. So these are unfortunately these things happened to me, and then you can put the icing on the cake. Last week when those guys, like I already told you, it was like the revisiting. I can't believe at 47 years old, a guy that's just holding his ground, assertive, that these guys are the brazen. But you know what? That's what they are like now. So guess what? I can change accordingly too. Yes, you could be. They're not going to change. But guess what? I can change. Yes. And that's what's going to happen. I'm going to fucking keep training every day. And I remember when I was training today, I said, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to build my confidence. I'm going to keep doing this till I'm building my confidence. I am saying it to myself. I know they can hear me over there. Like the trainer's working with somebody 5 feet away. He's talking to him. So I'm talking to me. And then so they're, well, who's he talking to? I'm my own trainer. I'm my own trainer. I don't need them. They don't know what, they have a master's degree. I don't need them. They don't know. Now, if you can get somebody that real Sifu, like real like Mr. Miyagi or the Master Wong, one of these guys that look him up. It's a fucking guy. He's the epitome of the meat tenderizer. What I'm talking about. I just love that analogy because I use that. I use the wood chipper thing because you have to put your hand in. It's not like, see, you don't understand something. It's self-defense is what I keep implying. So you don't understand. The fighting for me is the machine, is what I'm talking about. I'm becoming like I'm sharpening the fucking blades. That's what I'm doing. Every time I go in and practice, I'm sharpening. It's like it started off as like a fucking. Remember, like I told you about. I know I'm repeating stuff, but it's worth the repeat. It's because this is like really. It compounds on the knowledge of why I do what I'm doing. Why? So, like the little cheap fans, the little ones, it gives you, like, you can put your finger in. You're not scared because it's a little dull, a little plastic thing. Oh, it stopped it. It's nothing. But what happens is that's like when you first start. You don't know. It's not. There's no power. There's no power. And then you keep like really somebody that's very dead serious about something. All of a sudden, those plastic blades become thicker plastic blades. And then, so it's going, it's like, I could probably, you're questioning, but I could probably, and stick your finger, oh, I stopped it. And it's just, but then what happens, you keep going, they're not plastic anymore. They become like dull metal, okay? And they're going, and the blades are thicker now. It's like I had this fan from the 50s, a GE fan, and it goes, and like I wouldn't stick my hand in there. Like I wouldn't chance it. I don't know, because the blades it's going really fast. It's probably dull, but I'm not going to chance it. And that's what happens. Like when you start going up, it's they don't have to see. It doesn't matter because, they're not going to be able to tell, look, I look like this, right? But they don't know like what's going the hours of dedication and the blood, the sweat, the tears and everything, whatever I'm putting in, the focus and the dedication, the seriousness, those blades, it's like I'm just keep sharpening the blades. I'm just sharpening the fucking blades. That would now it gets to a point to where all of these guys, you don't understand, they grab you, they're putting it's like they're putting their hand into the fucking a real one that's like a fucking like industrial strength machine. That's what I equate it to. Or the fucking when you master it, it's like putting into the fucking wood chipper. It's there's no you're asking for a free visit to Cedar Sinai. There's absolutely you're going if you know like it could be worse. But more than likely, it's going to be yeah. You're going to the ER, you know, and they're going to be like, you know, you're going to be the ambulance is going to come, and they're going to need to put you on the, you know, if you're really, you know, like it depends, you know, if you had a good dinner or something, what that guy said or what how bad he provoked you, you know, like did he just grab? You know, it's not just grab. If it's just grab, it might just be a broken arm or wrist or something, and a real like a lot of pressure on the guy's neck as he's like his face is pressed into the ground. You know, that's what I'm gonna do to these people. Okay, you don't understand. I am not going to be victimized. There's no compromise. The second they put their hand in, and you know, I told you, I'm just gonna keep sharpening the blades. It's going to become to where the shield is going to be protecting me. Now, I'm talking about on average. I'm not looking for anything. I'm not trying to punish anybody. But what's going to happen is they're going to get punished when they try to scare me. Okay, if they grab. Now, I know I got kept going way off because I didn't tell you what happened when I boxed the guy out. Okay, this is important. Pay attention. You know, I know you're paying attention, but this is really important. So I was at that 7969. I was outside on the sidewalk, and the one chick, I was trying to talk to her. Now there's two doors, the entrances, but I'm not blocking. The security guy, he put his hands on me from behind. I think he tried to move me out of the way because I was blocking his vision to the door. I'm going to say this, and I'm only going to say this once. I'm training, right? Even at this point, if I would have felt that hand behind me, I would have immediately horse kicked him. And I would have turned around after, like, because I practiced that too. Behind me. I'm not fucking, you think I'm just doing some generic fucking one dimensional, like a couple things like this? I practiced like, you know, as much, and this is like 5 fucking days I've been doing this. I practice. I say, I put the bags behind me. And what if there's somebody behind me and they put the hand on you? Fucking with all, you know, just practicing, fucking the horse kick, the foot solidly square to the bag, and I'm looking, you know, like where the bag is, and I'm fucking kicking it. And then after I kick it, you know, I'll fucking elbow it because this is very solid, strong, you know, or turn around and fucking nail it because I kicked it, you know, from that point. I wouldn't even have hesitated for a second. The guy would have put a hand on me and try to physically move me out of the way instead of asking me. You're blocking my view there. Fucking idiot. Walk around then. Go stand somewhere else. Fucking move me out of the way. I'm in your fucking way on a public fucking sidewalk. I told him, I stood up for you. That's a while ago. I didn't, you know, but I stood up and I told him I'm on public sidewalk. Too bad. Don't allow people to push you around or move you around. There are exceptions. Police, they put barriers, you know, like it's movies, something. Okay, the pedestrian access is closed. Okay, because they have a permit to close. You know, this is called Smart Warrior. This is not called dumb, like, go everywhere and then, prepare for glory. No. Smart warrior. A security guard is not a police officer. And they're not supposed to be treated as such either. I'm sorry. If your evidence of your point is justified, you're going to fucking hold that ground. Now, my friend Felix, great guy, security guard, told me from the DPSS, these morons would come in all the time trying to get in stuff, bring in knives. He held his ground. Like they're fucking idiots. Like trying to bring stuff there, whatever. But his positioning on the sidewalk, telling me I can't stand there. I'm not going to do it. I had an instance one time. The bathrooms were closed in my gym. They were doing, I don't know what it was, why, or construction or something. And we had to use they were reconstructing the locker rooms there. You can't use a fucking bathroom, but there is in the mall on the same floor. I forget, I had to go, and the security guy has the keys or something, and he locked it up or something early, and I told him, the gym's open till this time. I need to go to the bathroom. He goes, well, I'm sorry, it's closed, man. And I said, I'm going to give you a couple seconds to open up this door. And if you don't open up this door, I'm going to piss right here in front of the door. And he was like, yeah, I record you, man. You're gonna open up that fucking door. I was very serious about it. I commanded him. He didn't like that. But the door is the bathrooms are supposed to be open as long as the gym is open. That's the thing. It's not my job to enforce that. They're supposed to be there. And he's not supposed to question me. That's called taking a stand. Because it's right. It's supposed to be. It's not I didn't make it up. I don't remember if he opened the door or not. Jesus. Oh, we got the alarm going off here. Hold on a second. I got to get my earplugs. Fucking asshole. Can't fix that shit. That was free alarm. That's what you get when you live in a welfare building. Fucking believable. But that's how. I know that sounded like complaining, and I told you guys, I'm never gonna complain or anything, but it's like that. There's nothing you can do about it. That's part of my financial weakness. Unfortunately, that's something that is in work in of itself that I've been working on, because the gambling thing. That's I think I got like half a month clean right now. It feels really good, but it would be like recovering in a hospital from getting hit by a car or something. Like it's not like, oh, a couple of weeks, oh, you're fine, go home. No, it's a financial catastrophe. When you've got a problem like that, it's but everybody has their struggles. But rebuilding the credit. But what sucks is like, you build this decent sized credit line, like 50,000 with all these cards. I'm like, all right, I got leverage and power. And then you go on one of these wicked benders and you buy gold with your credit, and then you lose all the money. And the month comes around, and the credit cards come. Hey, well, and then the interest starts coming, late fees start, and and then you're like dead in the hole. And then what happened? And then okay, well, I stop, and then like even 4 or 5 months later, I start making a little money, start paying off the cards, but the amount is so big that, and then so what happens is, and then you don't pay, then guess what? The creditors go, oh shit, this guy's not good for that kind of line anymore. So let's say you owe like 7,000. So if you don't pay them within 5-6 months, they say you're late, you pay it. And then so if you pay a decent size amount, they like, so say 5,000, you owe 7,000, they take the 5,000, they say good, oh, thanks. And then you see it's like, well, you still owe us 2,000, and now your credit line is 1,500. And so like you're fucked. You're fucked. You killed you, and that's what happened with me. So it's like I'm getting out of the hole with that. But it's like damage. Serious damage that you can do to yourself. We'll talk about that on some other one. That's not it's way off topic, but it's still all to build yourself into a better person. I did everything but talk about the woman that I saw in the gym today. And that's that. I'm going to conclude it with that. This is the last part of the segment that I'll talk about that. Okay. You're thinking like, well, then, boy, did you warrior her? Did you the way you go right up there? You hesitate for 1 second? I talked about exceptions, and this was one of them. The energy put output, the seriousness. When I'm going to do the pickup thing, it's everything, right? When I go to the gym, like especially now when I'm training, it's everything. I'm not stupid. I see if the woman's there. Like I told you, I notice everything, but I pay attention to nothing. This chick was there. She was damn near close to what I it was pretty good. It was damn near close. But so my mind is saying to myself, okay, Mike, full blast now. And I said no, because I'm training. That was the only reason why. She did move something, and then I said something cute, for a second, and she laughed, so I could kind of size up her personality and her demeanor. And I said, you're probably going to see this woman. She might be there every morning or something. And she sees kind of like what I do. She has kind of an idea of like what I do. And, I didn't give a snappy witted, hey, well, don't move my stuff. I didn't, I, for some reason, that didn't come out, like usually it does, but it didn't. It was like, I guess I was able to say, hey, you know what? Look, just be cool with this, keep when you're doing your training, it's a controlled rage. Like when I'm hitting sometimes like mad, but it's controlled. It's not wild and stuff. So the chick, like, I was looking, and I just said, okay, no, for whatever reason. I just felt like, okay, well, if you're gonna go into her, like all of it, you're gonna really, and I'm gonna, until I get a no, and she's probably there every day, the guys and everything. I know it's not the thinking too much, but I have justification because the training was more important. I couldn't do both. No, it requires too much focus, too much dedication, too much shit, that needs to be done there. I wasn't in a time hurry or anything, but I just had a feeling with this one that I'm going to see her there all the time, like during that time. If I'm going in the morning, and there might be a right time for me to like blast it forward, you know, like and find out, hey, you got somebody like, well, you know, and again, it's probably gonna be a no, just like all those other ones. It always is that way. And I know I'm coming off like pessimistic and negative, but it's just the reality. It's the reality that I get. That's what they say. Their needs are met. I talked about this and all these other ones. You know, you're trying. You're trying to look. The body is very solid. Like she knows she can get. You know, like if she doesn't have, or you know, she's a lesbian, or there's guys already lined up. You know, she's currency. It's value. It's money. Like what do you you know? It's you know, you're, and I'm saying to myself, okay, well, you know, it's. What are you gonna do? You know, you know, look, it's you can only do the best you can. But you know that for some reason, like I just felt like I didn't want to open up in that situation. Like I it was just too. It's like when I go in there, I feel like that place is so pussified, and I don't. You know, you really have to understand what I mean by that, because I don't want it to be misconstrued with like, oh, you know, you're talking about because of the gays and stuff. It's a no, 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 no. It's not because of that, because of the flags around there. It's like, no. I could go to a regular gym if the people in there are not doing any. It doesn't matter if they're gay or whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, I've been to plenty of gyms where the people, they're not Iron Warriors. They're not fucking. They're, I don't know. You know, but I get into something, whatever it is that I get into. It's like I want to be the best I can be. I want to achieve the goal. You know, and now, like, you know, with those, because of the way I think now, it's like, you know, what I do is I put maximum effort into the weakness, maximum, maximus, maximus, detrimus, the tourist, whatever. There's three names. I'll get it next time. I'm gonna remember. You have to, you know, wearing the fucking mask. I'm fucking just, you know, and the nose is running. I was like, you know, nobody in there was working up to that point. They're not. They don't have the intensity. They don't. Because they're not a warrior. That's on them. They need to be, you know, whatever. I mean, that chick's body. I mean, I could have just said that, but you know, I just, you know, I don't know, you know. And then it's like, you know, but I wouldn't care if I said, you know, try to hit on her as hard as I could, and then, you know, like, well, she's gonna be there all the time. She's gonna know. Who cares? I told you that 50-year-old one or whatever. It's here all the time. I don't say nothing. Right? You know, I'm gonna start doing. If I see her there and she looks at me, I'm just gonna do it nonchalantly, just like this. It's all you have to do. Don't point it. Don't even look at her when she does it. Like when she looks, just look away. Just go like this. Go. You will like just. It's. Make sure your hands like look. Just keep going. You know, it's over. You know, and it's like she'll probably be like, what did I miss out? I can't have this anymore. Like he tried with, you know, and I'm nothing anymore. Like think about that. Think about that. Like I'm not going around trying to belittle women or anything like that. Can you imagine if these kind of women couldn't get, if guys just went like this to everyone? Like it'd be like, you know, what do you mean? I can get whatever I used to getting every guy is, you know, what's wrong? They wouldn't know how to. Now it just doesn't work that way though. You know, like it's. You know, the guys are desperate. You know, they take whatever. You know, they I don't know. You know, maybe it's because they watch the movies and the television and stuff, and they see these bodies, you know, in magazines, and it's like and then when they see it in person, something close or anything, their minds are already like, yep, yep, yep. That's all, folks. I do whatever you say, but they give them the keys to the vault. You know, whatever they got. They keep going with that. Got to have fun in life too. That's fun for me. That's like how I loosen up a little bit. Not in the war zone, not in the gym. It's you. Yeah, that's where that's where the blade gets sharp. You know, and sharpen your mind through learning. You know, every night it's like a different audio book, a reading or something. You know, just I don't have a TV. I technically do have a TV. It's not plugged in. I think maybe last time was like maybe 3 4 years ago. I watched like that DVD Lost or something on it. Rise of Skywalker or something. You know, I don't. Did you ever see the Ozarks? It's real addicting. It's real addicting. No, and I don't want to know about it, and I don't care. My friend, quote unquote girlfriend, whatever. It's like mindless. You're giving your attention. You're giving your time because you don't have anything else that you know really, or you're doing something like that. People that work in that market, you know, they're not. That's not. They're not educating themselves or whatever. They're not learning nothing unless they are. I doubt it. I seen this one guy up the block. This guy, he's been there. He said, "I remember you coming here with your grandma when you were a kid." He's still there. After 35 years, maybe more. Probably a lot more. 40 years. Jesus. No. Mm. Okay. All right. Well, that's just, you know, on that note, you know, it's just, I got to say one more thing, though. I have a friend, you know, he's a good, you know, he's kind of good with, lives in a penthouse, you know, it's like I say, you know, Beverly Hills adjacent, I'll say that. And, you know, it worked pretty hard, you know, to get there and everything. But he said something, you know, kind of stuck with me. You know, he goes, you know, Mike, if you're not moving forward, you're going backwards. And I sit there, I go, well, you know, I said, thought about that. I thought about that. I said, wait, yeah, you know, like, think about that. You know, the earth is continually going, you know, it's turning. Everything is continually changing. So let me say static. You might think he's saying static, but time is actually going. And when you start to get older, you're going to notice that. You're going to notice, you know, and so, you know, I thought about that, and it's like, fuck, you know, no matter what, you get like a limited amount of time while you're here. You know, I have beliefs that when you die, you know, physically, there's a lot of interesting, you know, there's another time we'll talk about that. But while you're here, you have a chance to make a difference. No, it's Kirk Liner. No, no. But you also have a chance to make an impact. There's like a difference between just the difference is onomatopoeia, you know, that's a BB-8. Wow, you know, it's a, or I think it's, I don't know, it's you have a chance to do something. And when I see those people in the gym, the same, you know, they're just there to be there. How does that transcend into other facets of their life? Like when people see me in there, I don't know what they're thinking, and I don't care. But doesn't that show something? If somebody's really giving everything he's got, I mean, he's like determined to do something. They don't know if I'm getting ready for a competition or a fight or something. What the hell it is? I'm getting ready for life. What are you getting ready for? What are you doing? Time is going. If you're young, I mean, this is going to stay up. I'm leaving this up. It's if you're a young person in like your 20s and you're just like kind of not really doing anything or going anywhere, that time's going to add up. And it's going to add up a lot faster than you can possibly imagine. And then you're going to be out of time. If you're lucky, you live long enough. And then there's going to be nothing you can do about it. So you said, why didn't I try this at least? When I could have. Anything, whatever it was, whatever it is. These regrets. You're never too old to do anything. I have one word to respond to that. Bullshit. You're never too old to do anything. Can't play professional baseball, okay? A couple people, whatever, rookie or whatever, 40-something years old. Well, I don't get the talent for that. I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, you don't. What do you have the talent for? You have talent for something. Whatever. Maybe you're interested in physics or something. Engineering. Well, I don't get the money for. College, they have a thing called a SMART grant. As far as I know, science, math, and whatever research, technology. Like it's like the money put up by like GE or the companies. There's people like that work at Area 51. That those research scientists. I remember I met a guy from UCLA. That was his drive. He wanted to work there specifically. He said, I want to work like Area 51 or something. I want to be there. If you're like into that, you fucking immerse yourselves in mathematics. You fucking become a fucking master at it. You get so fucking good that they're gonna have to notice you. Whatever. A good plumber makes like 100,000 a year now, and more. A trade. You're young and you're listening to this bad music and you smoke weed every day. I know I'm joking about it, but see these people. I'm so stressed. Young people, it's so stressed. Yeah, young. Wait till you get old, and you can't. They don't need you. There, no. You're gonna find out. You think you stress when you get no opportunities. You're not gonna have a chance. You're not gonna have a choice, and you're not gonna have a chance. It's gonna be too late. Because it does go. It does too late. Okay. Now you can always go to school. Okay. They're never too late to get education. I agree with that. But there's a thing about marketability and bankability when you're older. They don't want you. They're not going to recruit you. You're too old already. They don't need you. Okay. You're not a fresh young mind that they can mold, they can work with, that come up, build your way up in a company. it's like trying to become an Air Force officer. There's age limits for a reason. And it applies in the real world too. There's not discrimination. There is. Okay, you're not supposed to be, but it's not fair. Okay, movie Pursuit of Happiness. It's a good film, but it's exactly what it is. It's a movie. It's based on a true story. I can't break down the statistics and tell you exactly what percentage of that is entirely accurate. It really doesn't matter. Okay? Because a movie is there to do a couple of things. It's there to hold your attention. Most life is not exciting, it's odd. They have to make it. They have to put things where he get hit by the car, and then he comes in the office with the paint on his fucking thing. That happens in the real world. You wouldn't even make it to the fucking door. You would, who the fuck is this guy? No. They're selling you something. They're selling you entertainment. I know there's some truth in there, but it's a lot of it is just telling you visually something. Now the real guy, I forgot what his name is, but I know, he wrote a book, about it, and it's like it's him, he's telling you this is exactly what happened to me. That's different. And I know it's adapted the movie thing, but again, the movie is based on entertainment, holding your attention through excitement. It has to, because if it doesn't, you won't pay attention. And if you won't pay attention, you won't tell your friends about it, and they won't go to see it because it's not exciting. It's not inspirational, motivating. But that movie is pretty good. I like him. I like Will Smith. Bothers me is like I wrote that script, Heart of a Dancer. And I production company wouldn't even listen. And then I thought of like a resurgence of like what's happening. I thought of great ideas. And I the energy you're putting into writing a script. If nobody even listened to you, it breaks your spirit. I like to visualize things coming to fruition. I'll do the work then. It's like going to college. You take this class, this, you get the degree. It's kind of like simple. The work's not simple, but the plan is simple. You can see it. They lay it out for you. These are the requirements for the degree of associates or bachelor's, master's, doctorate, whatever. And I did it all. Right now, I'm a doctoral candidate. I'm sorry. If I pass my comp exams, I'm a doctoral candidate. Hopefully, I turned it in. We'll see. There's getting a lot of pressure from the. Anyway, I know too much personal. I know like anything flies on this, anything goes. But I just wanted to tell you guys, how I think, how I feel about, my passion for life and going after things. Keep tuned. Keep tuned. Stay tuned. A lot more to come. A lot more. When things come to me, they're going on here. This is how I give back. I feel like nobody really mentored me, in the way I did. I did have, but it's not in the way that I think. This warrior mentality. I like it. I like it. It's very strong. in every facet of life. It really, you know, it's like no joke. It's like respectful. That word, that respect word, is like so misconstrued. Like it's weird. It's because it's like to be nice, but people can like run over you. Now I forget about even bullying you. I mean, or pushing around. Just like you're like taking advantage of your kindness as a weakness. It's seems kind of like people like want to one up you. You just take advantage. They get what they want off of you because you're being manipulated. And the only way to guarantee that you're not going to be manipulated is to be like assertive, the warrior, the seriousness. So they're not going to try because they see that it can't be done. There's no way. This guy is not a submissive. He's not dominance is like, I disagree with that too. I don't like that because that dominance implies bully. That implies like, pushing people around. No, that's not. I don't like that. You don't have to be like that. That's your whatever reason you're like that. And the submissive is that my poor friend, that cream puff. He's a submissive. He can't say no. Hands out flyers and whatever, and the guy needs them. He says, "Oh yeah, I'm going. Go to fucking Long Beach for $20. Yeah, whatever you say, boss. Whatever you say, whatever you say." What are you fucking doing? Like why can't you? Man, he doesn't want to learn. And people that don't learn don't grow. And the people that don't grow don't change for the better. They try to stay as static as possible, but you can't because the time is going. And you're just going to be like, at the end, if it comes to you, if you see it and you're going to go, oh my God, my whole life, I can't believe I allowed these people to do this to me. Like the epiphany at the end, maybe never, I don't know. But it's like, and these people, like they have kids and they don't instill the foundation, like really good values, because they don't have time, because they have to go to work to pay for the bills, to keep up with the Joneses. Dropping their kids off at daycare, letting somebody else raise them, public school. What the fuck are you doing? You bring somebody into this world and you just kind of like let somebody else raise them, kind of, just you don't think things through, like you don't have a plan. Those young people that picked on me, the girl that antagonized me, the first guy that came up with them, then those two people, and then the last guy that followed me in the street, they're all part of the same group. That's 5 people. Those 5 people have parents. That's 10 people that made that happen. They're responsible for that behavior. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. It's like an infection that the planet, like a virus, like that coronavirus, whatever. all starts with you. You didn't educate yourself, and then you couldn't educate your kids. And they're uneducated. And it just carries off to the next one. And it gets worse. Unless it gets so bad that, those people, like, they forced to reach out, I don't know, military or mentors, I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't see how it gets better. Those people that they learn that behavior from somebody. And they're already adults. They're like 20 some. They have to be to get in there to drink. They have to be 21. So they're probably in their 20s. That's not a kid anymore. That's adult already. They're going around picking on me because I'm assertive. Because they're shocked. I remember. I heard 50 yards away. I'll repeat it one more time. What? What? And he came after me. It was a shock. It's like that rare to have somebody like that. Star Trek 5, the God, like, it's not God, dude. God's in here. God is energy. I think it's a good energy. Could be all energy. Could be everything. Could be everything. It's everything. Scientists, they talk about the Big Bang, and they say, well, it was so small, and everything came out of it. So maybe God was that energy. Well, who created that energy? Doesn't matter. Who said somebody had to create it? That's your thinking. If something has to be created by something, why? Who says? You don't know. Be part of something else. It could be other things. Watch television. Who created television? I guarantee you don't know. Of course you don't know. It's not important. What's important is it's there. But there were other people working on it too. It's not just one person. There's a guy giving credit, but it's disputed because other people, they were coming up with it at the same time. It would have been made anyway. And it doesn't matter how it works. It matters that it works. So the guy that created the television, somebody created him because it's an organic being. The problem is most people don't understand that. They're thinking of God. It's like it's a being. It's an organic being. Who says? Because your mind can't understand it. You don't get it. You can't comprehend. You're thinking like, well, there has to be like a creator, like a person that made all of this happen. Why? It's a guy? It's a woman, you think? It's a person? Listen, Wizard of Oz, it's doing all the things. Do pay no attention to the man behind the curtain because that's what they're showing you. The wizard, the powerful, the supreme being. Why? Dude, says. Because if you go back far enough, see, everything I say relates to something else. You go back to the other people, like that, you know, they had to look up to something. They couldn't believe it. They said, well, there's got to be like a power, you know, like something. Maybe it was visited or something that was here, you know, some beings that were more powerful. So they thought that they're gods, you know. Like, think about this: if you could do something, like a human being, whatever, you're a being, and you could do something that couldn't be done 100 years ago, like you're incredible. Like, are you a god or something? No, it's just an innovator. But people can't wrap their hands around it. They don't understand. They can't comprehend it. It's like, well, because you're just an abnormal, like you're like a smart, you know, like Einstein or something. You know, like are you God? He said, no. God is a made up belief. And people that couldn't believe in themselves, couldn't believe in anything. They needed something. Or maybe they saw something else that came from a different time. Time, space could be from anywhere. You don't know. You know, these the thing now on the CNN that they're showing you know, the what they call the UFOs and stuff, and they're showing the you know, the Navy ships, and they're showing like the recorded video, and then the guy goes, whoever's piloting goes, woohoo, look at that one go, woohoo. Like he's like oh, you know, he does some, and they had those people on like 60 Minutes, and they never asked, you know, they never asked the real question. They just, why didn't you fire on something? Don't you know that with national security, don't you know what the military's rule is? It's called the Department of Defense for a reason. If something's unknown, you're just gonna look at it. You gotta get that, attack that thing. What the fuck is that? Fire. Like, let's see what happens. Because they don't want to tell you what it is. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is, okay? But the problem is, if I tell you what it is, you're not going to understand. Because you know, your thinking is not able to comprehend. I could be wrong, but more than likely I'm right. They're not UFOs, okay? People, you know, it's like they just, do you ever understand, do you ever think of why that's on television now? Did it ever like occur to you? You think they're trying to explain that? Or they're just trying to keep your attention? I know, way off topic, but it's like a kind of important to relate that there's people. UFOs. What are you talking about? What you think you're seeing on that screen? Oh, there's a whole fleet of them there. There's a whole fleet of them there? What do you mean a whole fleet? There's a whole fleet of warships you can see. What you think you see, a whole fleet of them? And you're not calling in and say, not surprised? And you're not firing on them to see what happens? It wouldn't matter if you fired on them anyway. Because I know what would happen. Because they're not there. only what you think you're seeing. Because you can't understand what it is. You don't know. It's not that simple. If you went to the zoo, you know, and you went and saw like a monkey or a gorilla, and you took a physics book, you know, whatever, and put it in front of the monkey stuff, and you think, you open it up, and come on, we gotta, the monkey can do this, you know, like what's wrong with you, you know, like, and the monkey's like, you know, whoop, 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 bananas, whatever. That, what do you want the monkey to do? You think the monkey, the ape, is gonna be able to understand and teach this physics? It can't. It's beyond its level of thinking. It's comprehension. It's just beyond. And you could teach that. Come on, we could teach you this. You can't. It's beyond its comprehension. That's what you think you're seeing there. But it's beyond your comprehension. Okay? It's way beyond there. And the television showing you that is trying to like make it simple. It's a UFO. It's a flying thing. That's the physics book. Everybody's like looking to fast and easy, you know. Fast and easy, like they want everything without any effort, you know, without any learning. Don't put in any time for anything, you know, to get anything. And that's what this what's on television. That's what it is. Everybody wants a simple explanation for something that's beyond your explanation, beyond your comprehension of thinking. It can't, you know, it's unexplainable to you. Like a scientist, she's close. I wrote about it. I told her, you know, I didn't want to. Okay, she's close. She's on the right track. These people, you know, coast to coast. This is Linda Moulton Howe, whatever. Some of these people, they're digging in the wrong place. You ever see Raiders of the Lost Ark? The movie? I know it's a movie, but you don't understand. They were trying to find the Ark, right? They're in Cairo. Whole thing, there's a map room. Idiots are fucking digging. They found the map room, but they're digging all around. They're looking for the Ark. They go, where is it? Where is it? And they can't find it because they don't know the exact location of it. The staff, you know, and he explained it. Remember, Dr. Jones explains that there's this amulet. It goes on the fucking thing, and it goes in the Well of Souls. You stick it in, you know, the ground in the map room. He knows. He knew. And at a certain time, I forget what it was, the light shines through the map room, and through the amulet, you know, through there's a stone in the middle, whatever, a jewel or something. shows you the exact location of where it is. Now I want you to think about this. You can't find the ark without the map room. People, all these people are digging in the wrong place. They haven't even found the map room yet. They're close to having that amulet. Close. What I mean by that, I'll try to explain this in the most simplest way possible. The amulet is the deep field south, taken by the Hubble telescope. I think that's what it's called, where they show the entire span of the universe. That's the amulet, okay? You need to find the map room to be able to use the amulet to project the location of the ark. And the ark is God. Okay? It's a very difficult thing to do. It's not that simple. Nobody has addressed that. No one. Okay? I don't care who you've talked to, how much research they've done, or anything. No one understands that analogy but me. Okay? Because it hasn't been done yet. Nobody's found the map room. So I know what you're thinking. I know what the question is. Where's the map room? The amulet is the deep field south, which shows the entire universe. There has to be a way to connect. Do you remember how the amulet made the location? Do you remember how? Watch the movie. It was a beam of light. Okay? And you think these are ships. These are UFOs. You're so far away from understanding anything because your primitive primate thinking can't read the physics book. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm not saying I know everything of everything. But I have a little better understanding of it. Through just opening up my mind to possibly what's going on. And you're not going to get that on television. You get that by not watching television. It's not important what God is. He made it. That's not what's important. Problem is, you're all looking for a simple answer. for something that's beyond explanation. There's notes that have been written, like there's beings that have tried to do communication. I'm not talking about crop circles either. I'm not going to even start on that. It doesn't matter. You don't know what those are? You can't even imagine. Because you're trying to come up with a simple explanation. Well, the farmers that did it, did they? Or didn't they? Well, it's a simple answer question. Some of them are fake and some of them are real, right? Well, if they're not fake, then what are they? Because you can't figure it out. Because you can't read the physics book. Because you're looking for a simple answer. You think you're so smart. People think they're so smart. These scientists, yeah, the Hadron, the super collider. Look what we can do. It's like you go back to the Stone Age. The guy like is hammering the thing. Look what a man invent really. It's smart. It's an unbelievable invention. But it's prehistoric. It's beyond. You're so far thinking. You don't understand. You're thinking like whatever you're thinking. You're not. You don't understand. It's nothing. You're so far away from understanding what any of these things are because you're limited thinking and your evolution. It's not enough. It's the ape and the primate. It's in the physics book. It can't. It's not his fault. Like it's not evolved. It's not next level up. It takes more and more. To be able to understand. Now, what happens? I'll try to explain this to you. The real patient beings that are like really trying to get through the math teachers that are working with the primates, what they do is they take the physics book and they show it, they show it to the monkey. And then what they do is they show basic arithmetic in it first. 1 and 1 is 2. So you take one banana and one banana, 2. And the monkey's like, 2. And I can't speak in English. I can't even say it, but it's 2 now. Okay? Give me back 1. No. No, 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 no. Minus 1. Sorry. No, no, no. Minus 1. Take back 1. Now there's 2 left. The basic of basic of arithmetic. Okay? At the most basic level. Out of a physics book. Okay? It's like you're like the infinitesimal amount of what it is. Okay? That's what the crop circles are. Possibly. And that's what you're seeing on those videos. Possibly. Remember the comparison. Okay? The something that it's like you can't even fathom any of this because it's so banana. It's like, again, the comparisons is so immense to what we're talking about here. It's beyond. It's you don't understand. Okay. It's that far away, and these are teachers. It's like they're extreme patients, or they're saying it's like you have no idea where you guys are. Like it's just it's like it's not even, you don't understand. It's not preschool. It's nothing. It's like if it's like graduating high school or whatever, college, their level. This is like 0.000000001 of preschool, kindergarten. It's like that percentage. It's so little. Like it's you can't imagine what it is. You can't imagine what it is. But you think you can add simple explanation. Well, it's crop circles. So, they're talking to us. It's yeah, it's easy. So put that on the screen. Woohoo, yeah. In the water and it's gone. It's in the water and it's gone. What's gone? What's in the water? Did it make a sound when it went in? It's flying. It's 600. We saw it go 600 Mach, whatever. It turned 90-degree angle. It gone. What turned? What turned? What do you think you saw? We saw something. It went to 90 degrees and it's gone. You saw something that turned 90 degrees, whatever, and it's beyond human explanation. And you think that's an unidentified, you think what do you think that is? We don't know what it is. Of course you don't know what it is. How can you know what it is? because there's no simple explanation for it. Only the ones that you think you can understand. Oh, we have like experimental ships and stuff, you know, the UFOs and the cartoons or whatever they showed you, the Men in Black, whatever in the 50s, Roswell they talked about. Roswell, there's a weather balloon and it was the crashed flying saucer. Where is it? Well, they didn't take it to Wright Patterson, Wright Pat, whatever they protected. No one saw it. Yeah, nobody saw it. Nobody saw anything. It's no proof or anything. They got everybody out of there. And they can't see it. And you believe all of this? You think? And they show you in the movies. They made like an Independence Day, and they showed you, yeah, we had it. Technology, yeah, the 1947. That's it. Yeah, yeah. Is that simple? You think it's that simple? You think you can understand physics if you're a primate? You can't. You're not even beyond your comprehension. You're looking for an easy answer. Sorry, it's light. For not something that's complicated, but for something that's well beyond your understanding. Remember what I said about that amulet? The light goes in the map room. It shows the location of the ark. Everybody's looking for the ark. And then what happened? They opened it. What was supposed to be inside of it? It's supposed to be the Ten Commandments written by God. And the wrong people opened it. They opened it up and there was no Ten Commandments in there. Sand. Whatever. Maybe it was disintegrated or something. Don't know. And then it came out, the beings, you know, Pandora's box or whatever. Not from this earth, remember? It's evil. Those people. The Nazis, they opened it up. They weren't pure beings. They were evil. And those entities in the ark knew that. They destroyed them. That's why we haven't found the ark. That's why we haven't found God. And we're not going to until people change. one way or the other. I think perhaps starts like with that, the banana analogy, where the 1 plus 1, like 0, the 0 minus whatever. That's what these things are showing us are. It's very, very difficult to understand. But it's the beginning. There's a light beam. Remember? From the amulet. Round the amulet. Beam of light. In the map. It shows the location of the ark. You have to have it all work together to even show you the location of it. You can't. You can't even find it then. The Big Bang, is one event. But they're saying they're limiting their mind. So it's saying this is what happened. This thing blew up, had all the building blocks of life in it, and then everything created from that. No. But you think so. Wrong. Everybody thought that the Earth was the center of the universe for a long time. Was it Copernicus? Whatever? Was it Galileo? No, whatever. They thought it's flat or something. Proved it was round. Then they thought it was the center of the universe. It's like most people think around, that's what their mind. It's the center of the universe. They don't know. They have no conception of anything. And you think, because these scientists, they tell you, we go back, we could say we go all the way back, then there was this little Big Bang, and that's everything created from that. And that's it? That's a simple answer. That's it. You want the simplest answer. Go back and listen to what I said earlier. It's really, really important. I'm not going to repeat it. It's not worth repeating. If you can gain that understanding of my analogy comparison, you can put it together. You can kind of understand maybe my comparison, the importance of it. Believe me, some good thinking. Warrior Junior out for today. Hope you enjoyed this one. This was a really good thinking one.